Story 1. I've spent the last 1,089 days listening through 1089 albums from the book 1001 Albums You Must Hear Before You Die. One a day from this site. Except for some very obvious choices, including the Beatles and Pink Floyd, here's a few of my absolute favorites. Nina Simone, Wild is the Wind. Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly. The Cure, Disintegration. Joni Mitchell, Blue. Aretha Franklin, Lady Soul. Miles Davis, Kind of Blue. The Flaming Lips, Yoshimi Battles, The Pink Robots. The site/book comes in different editions. That's why the total count is higher than 1001. Story 2. Daft Punk, Discovery and Random Access Memories. Gorillaz, Demon Days and Plastic Beach. Queens of the Stone Age songs for the deaf and Like Clockwork. Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly and Good Kid. Mad City. Smashing Pumpkins, Siamese Dream. The Police, Synchronicity. Lesser-known artists I wasn't gonna mention, but now feel like highlighting. The Blue Stones, Hidden Gems. Eagle-Eyed Tiger, Feathers and Smile for the Camera. All Them Witches, Dying Surfer Meets His Maker. Cleopatra, Bummer. July Talk, Touch and July Talk. Story 3, Arcade Fire, The Suburbs. Explosions in the Sky. The Earth is Not a Cold Dead Place. The Ataris, Blue Skies, Broken Hearts, Next 12 Exits. Bob Dylan, Bringing It All Back Home, Blonde on Blonde Blood on the tracks. Might get a little trying on Lily Rosemary and the Jack of Hearts. Harvey Danger, King James Version. Where Have All the Merrymakers Gone? Father John Misty. I Love You Honey Bear. David Bowie, Hunky Dory. Cloud Nothings, Here and Nowhere Else. Cursive, The Ugly Organ. Elliott Smith, Either or XO from a Basement on a Hill. Fugazi, The Argument In on the Kill Taker. The Mountain Goats, Sunset Tree, All Hail West Texas, We Shall All Be Healed, Tallahassee Beat, The Champ Goths. The National, High Violet, Sleep Well Beast. NoFX, Coaster, The War on Errorism, So Long and Thanks for All the Shoes, Punk in Drublic, First Ditch Effort. Pedro, The Lion, Control. David Bazan, Curse Your Branches. Perfume Genius, Learning. Poison, The Well Tear from the Red. Sean Nelson, Make Good Choices. Silverson, Pickups, Carnavas. Sufjan Stevens, Carey and Lowell. Sun Kill Moon, Benji. This Will Destroy You, Tunnel Blanket. Thrice Beggars. Wilco, Star Wars, Yankee Hotel, Foxtrot, The Whole Love. Symbols, Eat Guitars, Pretty Years. Story 4. There's lots. Though I feel like the art of making albums is kind of lost these days. They Might Be Giants. Flood. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. Radiohead. OK Computer. Cibo Motto, Stereotype A. Toadies. Rubberneck. Living Color. Time's Up. Story 5. Energy. Operation Ivy. Double Nickels on the Dime, Minutemen. 40 Ounces to Freedom Sublime. Another Wasted Night, Knockout. Fresh Fruit for Rotting Vegetables, Dead Kennedys. Story 6. Jane's Addiction. Nothing's Shocking. U2, The Joshua Tree. Pink Floyd, The Wall. Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. The Stone Roses, The Stone Roses. Oasis, Be Here Now. Oasis. What's the Story, Morning Glory. The Beach Boys, Endless Summer. The Beatles, Abbey Road. The Smashing Pumpkins, Gish. Echo and the Bunnymen, Ocean Rain. Led Zeppelin, In Through the Outdoor. Led Zeppelin, Houses of the Holy. Beck, Odelay. Beck, Mutations. Green Day, American Idiot. The Sex Pistols, Never Mind the Bollocks. No Doubt, Tragic Kingdom. Starcrawler, All of Them. Soul Coughing, Ruby Virum. The Strokes, Is This It? NXS, Listen Like Thieves. The Police, Zenyatta Mondatta. Supergrass, Moving. Rush, Moving Pictures. Rush, Permanent Waves. Fleetwood Mac, Rumors. Motley Crue, Too Fast for Love. Morphine, Yes. Nirvana, MTV Unplugged in New York. Hole, Live Through This. Hole, Celebrity Skin. They Might Be Giants. Flood. The Pixies, Doolittle. Sonic Youth, Experimental Jet Set, Trash and No Star. Elton John, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. The Rolling Stones, Sticky Fingers. The Rolling Stones, Exile on Main Street. The Flaming Lips, The Soft Bulletin. Pearl Jam, 10. Gohbit, Gohbit. Alice in Chains, Jar of Flies. Alice in Chains, Alice in Chains. Kiss, Alive. Cheap Trick, live at Budokan. The Corettes, the Fabulous Corettes. Stone Temple Pilots, Core. Stone Temple Pilots, Purple. REM, Fables of the Reconstruction. REM, Reckoning. Cake. Fashion Nugget. Blackwater Holy Light. Blackwater Holy Light. Moby, Play. The Doors, LA Woman. Fugazi 13 Songs. Brassy, Got It Made. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Mother's Milk. Story 7. Pete Townsend, The White City, a novel. Talking Heads, Sand in the Vaseline. The Offspring, Smash. Cake Fashion Nugget. No Effects, The Decline. Michael Franti and Spearhead, the majority of their albums really. Story 8. This is at least 50% nostalgia, but Jimmy Eat World Futures. That album came out when I was 17 and got me through so much. Just banger after banger. Super underrated album in general and in the Jimmy Eat World discography. Story 9. 1. The Postal Service, Give Up. 2. Tune, Anime. 3. Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. 4. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. 5. Metallica, Master of Puppets. 6. 9 Inch Nails, The Downward Spiral. 7. Bright Eyes, I'm Wide Awake, It's Morning. 8. Bob Dylan, Blonde on Blonde. 9. Eminem, Marshall Mathers LP. 10. Arcade Fire, The Suburbs. 11. Pearl Jam 10. 12. Smashing Pumpkins, Siamese Dream. 13. Alice in Chains, Dirt. 14. Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. 15. Ryan Adams, Heartbreaker. 16. Radiohead, OK Computer. Story 10. I could name a bunch, but the one that's the best and I think everyone should hear at least once is The Mars Volta Deloused in the Comatorium. It was literally made to be played straight through. Story 11. Hello Goodbye, Would It Kill You, Everything is Debatable. Paramore, After Laughter. PUP, Morbid Stuff, The Dream is Over. The Dangerous Summer War, Paint Mother Nature. Blink, 182. Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, Dude Ranch, Untitled. Newfound Glory, Sticks and Stones. The Front Bottoms, Back on Top, In Sickness and in Flames. Motion City Soundtrack, Commit This to Memory. Fallout Boy, Infinity on High. Turnstile, Glow On. Gene Dawson, Pixel Bath. Vampire Weekend, Contra. Story 12. Control. Sha. A Seat at the Table. Solange. Lemonade. Beyoncé. Jaguar 2. Victoria Monet. Dirty Computer. Janelle Monáe. Shea Butter Baby. Ari Lennox. To Pimp a Butterfly, Kendrick Lamar. Guts. Olivia Rodrigo. The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. Chappell Roan. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill. Positions. Ariana Grande. Dummy. Portishead. Story 13. The Postal Service. Give Up. Death Cab for Cutie. Thank You for Today. Turnover, Peripheral Vision. Bags and Train, self-titled. Metallica and Justice for All and the Black Album. Radiohead, A Moon-Shaped Pool. Beastie Boys, Check Your Head. A Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauders. Between the Buried and Me, Parallax 2. Donna Summer, Bad Girls. Kublai Khan, Nomad. Knocked Loose, A Different Shade of Blue. Underworld, Boku Fish. The list goes on and on. Story 14. Aside from greatest hits and live albums, here are mine. Arctic Monkeys. Whatever people say I am, that's what I'm not. Favorite Worst Nightmare, AM. Bouncing Souls, Anchors Away, The Gold Record, How I Spent My Summer Vacation. Brand New, Your Favorite Weapon, Deja Entendu. The Devil and God Are Raging Inside Me. Cake, Comfort Eagle. Guster, Lost and Gone Forever, Evermotion. Joyce Manor. Self-titled, Never Hungover Again, Cody. The Kooks. Inside and Slash Inside Out. M83, Hurry Up, We're Dreaming. Modest Mouse. The Lonesome Crowded West. The Moon and Antarctica. No Effects. Punk in Drublic. Operation Ivy. Operation Ivy. Phoenix. Wolfgang Amadeus Phoenix. The Streets. Original pirate material. Everything is Borrowed. State Radio. Us Against the Crown. System of a Down, Toxicity. Ween. The Mollusk. Yes, this took a while, and yes, I definitely missed a lot of good ones. Also, though I may have not listed certain albums, I was only listing ones that I can genuinely listen to from start to finish, like how we used to do it before MP3s and digital songs took over. Story 15, Metallica, Ride the Lightning. Judas Priest, British Steel. Iron Maiden, The Number of the Beast. Nirvana, In Utero. Alice in Chains, Dirt. Stone Temple Pilots, Core. Butthole Surfers, Electric Larryland. Laserhawk, Redline. There's more, but I'm at work and don't have time to really sit down and think about it. Story 16, Frank Ocean Blonde. Frank Ocean Channel Orange. Kendrick Lamar Untitled Unmastered. Skepta Ignorance is Bliss. Bob Marley and the Wailers Exodus. Childish Gambino Because the Internet. Loyal Carner Not Waving but Drowning. Sod Diamond Life. Jamiroquai Traveling Without Moving. Salt 5. Story 17. My personal favorites are So by Peter Gabriel. Moving Pictures by Rush. Trench by 21 Pilots. Stop Making Sense Live by Talking Heads. The Black Album by Metallica. Unreal Unearth by Hozier. Story 18. Kanye's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is the perfect musical representation of how chasing excess and power can give you the world and nothing at the same time. Having everything and still wanting more. Running through money, drugs, and material possessions in excess so that people see how great you are, just to feel worthless in the end. Losing everyone that meant something to you because you can't control your thoughts and emotions, and having no one but yourself to blame. The artist personally is horrible, nearly insufferable, and the most egotistical artist in the industry today. That album, though, is my favorite album of all time. I find it helps bring me back down to earth when I'm getting too big-headed. Story 19. In terms of metal, Dream Theater Images and Words, Scenes from a Memory. Gajira, From Mars to Sirius, The Way of All Flesh. Periphery 3. Select Difficulty, Periphery 4. Hailstan. Unleash the Archer's Apex. Abyss. Camelot, The Black Halo. Death. The Sound of Perseverance, Crystal Mountain. Carnival, The Mata, Sound Awake. Many others I could list, but I'll leave it there. Story 20. For me, it's the Muppets Christmas album with John Denver. My kids are in their 40s, but they still know all the songs and exactly where the skips occurred. It only makes it more precious to us. Story 21. 311 Music, Grassroots, Self-Titled, Transistor, Sound System, From Chaos. Fleet Foxes Self-Titled Helplessness Blues. Silverson Pickups Swoon. The Weekend After Hours. Death Cab for Cutie Transatlanticism. Plans. Narrow Stairs. All City Ocean Eyes. The Refused, The Shape of Punk to Come. The Avett Brothers Emotionalism. Third Eye Blind Self-Titled. Marcy Playground Self-Titled. Shapeshifter. Blink 182 Enema of the State. Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. Self-Titled Neighborhoods. Andrew W. K. I Get Wet. Childish Gambino Camp Because the Internet Awakened My Love. Band of Stone. Incubus Science. Angels and Airwaves We Don't Need to Whisper I Empire. Justin Timberlake The 2020 Experience. Juice WRLD. Goodbye and Good Riddance. Vampire Weekend Contra. Only God Was Above Us. Deltron 3030 Self-Titled. The Lemon Twigs. Everything Harmony.